Hello folks, this is Aitanaja from InspiredToRise.com, and today we have the Xiaomi's Mi4i as well as the Lenovo Vibe P1m smartphones here with us for a full comparison review between both of these smartphones, and we will test everything about these smartphones in detail. So guys, let's begin. So when we take a first glance at both of these smartphones have a 5-inch display, and apart from that, the Xiaomi's Mi4i has a 1080p full HD display, and it has a very bright and vivid display. The overall colors etc. all come out very brightly on this display, while the Lenovo Vibe P1m has a 720p display, so the display density is comparatively less when compared to the Mi4i. And apart from that, when compared, both of these smartphones feature very different UIs. The UI on the Xiaomi's Mi4i is the MIUI, and it's the latest build MIUI 7, which has a lot of features, customization features, optimizations, many other features which are available in Android Marshmallow or the likes of those, and all of those custom features are implemented very nicely in the Mi4i. And apart from that, the Mi4i is a very well-rounded smartphone with almost attention to all of the details, and everything on the smartphone works just right, apart from the minor heating issues encountered while playing games, while the Vibe P1m also is a very nice smartphone in its price range, and the 720p display is bright enough, looks decent enough, and the UI on this smartphone is a custom UI, Vibe UI, presented by Lenovo. It feels almost same like MIUI in terms of being a one-page interface, and it does not have too much customizations apart from the fact that the notification drop down has few features which are really nice. When we compare the battery life on both of these smartphones, the Lenovo Vibe P1m is the clear winner. It has a 3900 mAh battery, while the Mi4i has a 3120 mAh battery. On paper, the Mi4i should last you around one and a half day or so, and it does last you more than a day. But the Vibe P1m has an excellent battery life, and when you compare it to the Mi4i, and it lasts almost around 2 to 2.5 days on average to low usage, and even on heavy usage you can make the Mi4i have zero battery by day end, but the Vibe P1m just goes on and on because of the extremely good battery life. Inside the hood, the Xiaomi's Mi4i has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 chipset clocked in at 1.65 GHz. It's an octa-core processor, and the Lenovo Vibe P1m has a MediaTek MT6735P chipset, which has a quad-core processor and clocked in at 988 MHz. It's definitely clear that the Mi4i is a clear winner in terms of performance. In terms of RAM, both of these smartphones have 2 GB of RAM, and apart from that, as is visible over here, the screen size is almost the same on both of these smartphones. Both of these smartphones have 16 GB of internal storage, out of which only 11.9, i.e. around 12 GB is available for the user. Out of the box, the Lenovo Vibe P1m comes with Android 5.1, while the Mi4i has Android 5.0.2 based MIUI 7, and it has been promised that the MIUI 7 will soon be upgraded to Android 5.1, but that hasn't been implemented as of now. When we compare the audio quality on both of these devices, the Lenovo Vibe P1m has the speaker over here, while the Mi4i has the speaker on the back, which almost spells like you won't get that much sound clarity on a back speaker, but still, let us just test. So this is the maximum volume on the Mi4i, and when we keep it on a flat surface, the sound does not get that much muffled because of the fact that there is a small protrusion over here. So you can hear that the overall sound profile of the Mi4i is pretty balanced, and even at the highest possible volume there is almost no distortion in the song. And when we play the same song on the Lenovo Vibe P1m, let us just play that song. So this is the maximum volume. At the maximum volume, the sound is definitely a little bit higher than that on the Mi4i, and this is also because of the fact that it has the speaker over here. There's only a mild weight, the Mi4i is comparatively lighter at 130 grams, while the Lenovo Vibe P1m at 148 grams is definitely a bulkier and more thicker phone. And when you compare them, both of them side by side also, you can see that the Mi4i is definitely more thinner smartphone. The Mi4i has a scratch resistant glass on top, while the Lenovo Vibe P1m does not have that kind of protection. So that's one of the points of difference between both of these smartphones. The Mi4i scored around 39,974 on the Antutu benchmark, while the Lenovo Vibe P1m scored around 19,798 on the Antutu benchmark. This shows us that the Mi4i is definitely a very fast performer when compared to the Lenovo Vibe P1m. When it comes to the camera application of both of these smartphones, the Mi4i definitely has more features when compared to the camera app of the Lenovo Vibe P1m. The Mi4i has a 13 megapixel back camera, while the Lenovo Vibe P1m has a 8 megapixel back camera, and both have the front camera as 5 megapixels. And let us just compare a few of the images that we took from both of these smartphones. This is the selfie taken from the Lenovo Vibe P1m. It is a 5 megapixel front camera, and the same selfie taken from the Xiaomi's Mi4i. So you can easily say that the Mi4i has a better camera quality, and the individual pixels also on the Mi4i better segregated and look definitely better than when compared to the Lenovo Vibe P1m. The Vibe P1m's front camera has a yellowish tint, which we have seen on almost all of our tests. Let us compare a few more shots. This is a shot taken without the HDR mode turned on, and this is the 8 megapixel back camera of the Lenovo Vibe P1m. Though there are details over here, but still the details are nothing when compared to the details on the Mi4i, which took a very accurate shot of the tap and even the rust on the background. And apart from this, when we took an HDR shot, after a certain while you can't zoom in and see the things in the background, but on the Mi4i you can actually see that the colors are a little bit more vibrant when compared to the Vibe P1m, and in this case surprisingly the colors are more accurate on the Mi4i, while on the Vibe P1m they are slightly more yellowish. On the Mi4i, the colors of the flower are much more closer to the actual color of the flower, while on the Vibe P1m for the first time the colors were a little bit more accentuated, and this is the image taken with HDR mode turned on. When you look at the background objects, they are just too much out of focus, but on the Mi4i the background objects also, despite of being out of focus, have a little bit more depth and clarity. So all in all, we have to say that the Mi4i does have a better camera when compared to the Lenovo Vibe P1m. So guys, who should buy the Mi4i and who should buy the Lenovo Vibe P1m? The Mi4i is a smartphone for those people who want a smartphone for a price of around 12,000 to 13,000, which is a really great smartphone, tested smartphone, which does not heat that much during most of your operations and only heats a little bit while doing heavy gaming or stuff. And apart from that, everything else on this phone is top notch for the price at which it is offered. And apart from that, the Lenovo Vibe P1m is a smartphone for those people who want a very great battery life and a great screen and a somewhat mediocre camera. And apart from that, all of this is packaged at a sweet price of around 7,000 rupees, which makes the Vibe P1m a very nice deal. So guys, it's all up to you what kind of smartphone you want and which price range are you looking for. So guys, this was all for our Mi4i versus Lenovo Vibe P1m comparison review video. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel. This is Aitan Ajha from InspiredToRise.com signing off, folks. Stay inspired to rise.